What was that sound? A terrifying scream reverberated through the submarine. I immediately ran in the direction of the scream, but the last room I entered at the back of the submarine. God, I still have nightmares about it. There was Havar, pinned to the wall by some sticky black substance, and his legs are gone. They had been brutally ripped out. The whole room was drenched in blood as well, and there were multiple limbs, heads, and other ripped apart body parts scattered around the room. Havar was either passed out or already dead as well. Still, I rushed over to him, trying to get the gooey substance off him. No pulse. Shit. But I didn't have time to mourn his death, because whatever did that to him was probably still lurking somewhere on the submarine. I got him free to get his oxygen tank. If there was any chance of getting out of here, I needed to breathe. I was changing the oxygen tanks when I spotted some of the black substance forming around Havar's lips. Then suddenly, the substance shot out of his mouth, knocking me against the wall. As I screamed out in pain, it started to mutate into a wolf-sized beast beyond my imagination. I still can't describe it. It's nothing I've ever seen before. Some sort of flexible biomass with millions of teeth or claws rotating around its body, like giant sentient rotating saw blades on continuously changing and morphing skin. All over its body, seemingly wherever was space, there were countless ever-changing eyes that would also move freely around its whole body, intertwined with the saw blades. The only thing that resembled a head was a massive opening in the front of the nightmarish creature, filled with tentacle-like appendages. I got my pipe up just in time as it charged at me with full speed, using itself as a weapon. It was abnormally strong, and I knew I couldn't win any battle of strength, so I twisted the pipe, wounding the creature with the sharp broken off end. But before I could do actual damage, it gripped the pipe with its tentacles, ripping it out of my hands and throwing it towards the other side of the room. It continued to throw itself in my direction, which I narrowly avoided. That's when I felt the wall behind me. That was it then. Brutally mutilated by an unknown hell creature in a submarine, possibly kilometers below the seafloor. It jumped at me, pushing its claws into my shoulders and strangling me with its tentacles. Then, a horrifyingly loud noise erupted from within the creature, almost bursting my eardrums. But it wasn't a scream of victory, but rather a scream of pain. As fast as it had gripped me, it got off me and turned around. There I saw Havar, sitting on the ground, smiling at me with a painful grin. He nodded, and I understood. As I started to run, I saw the creature lunging at him, pipe stuck in its back. It gripped his head with its tentacles and proceeded to tear his abdominal region to shreds, completely sewing him in half. Now, his blood had joined the other damage of his vicious place. I found my way through the destroyed submarine, almost tripping over every broken pipe and valve. My only thought was to just get out of here. Luckily, we had left the hatch open, so I got out fairly easily, smashing it closed after getting out. There was just one problem. We still hadn't found a way out of this place before we entered the submarine. But when I heard the creature banging against the hatch, my fight or flight instinct kicked in, and I just ran. I ran into the darkness, into the unknown, because the other option meant certain death. At every moment, I expected the creature to grab me from behind and brutally maul me like it did Havar. Suddenly, a large and powerful stream of water erupted under my feet, propelling me into the air. I thought I'd get crushed by the ceiling when it opened up within the fraction of a second. I was pushed through a multiple kilometer long stone tunnel, and as fast as the eruption started, I was in the ocean again. I swam up as fast as I could. I had other things in mind than decompression sickness. I just wanted to get as far away from the seafloor as possible. When I finally managed to reach the surface, I spotted our boat in the distance. But when I swam over, I noticed that Sven wasn't on there. It was definitely our boat. The sonar and radio equipment were still on board, but not Sven. He had just vanished. As I'm typing this, I'm back at the radio tower, trying to comprehend everything that happened. What the hell was that place? And the strange creature? I'm debating whether or not I should go to the police now. But they won't believe any of this. Why should they? They'll only assume that I murdered Havar and Sven. I guess I just stay at the tower for now. Hello, this is the narrative. I hope you've enjoyed the story. It was the first time I've split one of the stories I wrote. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like the video and share it with your friends. Maybe even follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It would really help me out a ton in building up and actually establishing this channel. Links to all of that are in the description. I'm also currently working on setting up a Patreon, but supporting me on there is entirely optional, of course. But anyway, have a nice day. Until next time, goodbye.